Good morning, students. Today our topic is HTML form, and in this lecture we are going to discuss some controls related to HTML form, such as checkbox, radio button, and submit button. In our previous video, we already discussed some controls such as text fields, password, etc. So let's start. First of all, what is HTML form? An HTML form is used to collect the user input. The user input is most often sent to a server for processing, and an HTML form is a section of document which contain controls such as the text field, password fields, checkbox, radio button, submit button, menus, etc. And an HTML form facilitates the user to enter data that is to be sent to the server for processing, such as a name, email address, password, phone number, etc. So in our previous lecture we already discussed text fields, text box, password fields, and in this lecture we will discuss checkbox, radio button, and submit button. So let's start. First of all, form tag is used to create a form in HTML, and this is a container tag. So open and close tag is here. You can easily see on the screen, and within that tag we must write different forms elements, which may be a text field, checkbox, radio button, or it may be a submit button. So form tag is used to create a form. And this is a container tag. Within that tag we must write different form elements. So these are already discussed. The input element, which is very important element of HTML, and this element is used to create text. When we write just input is equal to type is equal to text, then text field is created. In that case, it is already discussed in our previous video. In this video, our first point is email field control, how to send email using a form. So email field control is there. So as I told you earlier that form tag is used to create a form, and the email field in new in HTML5, and it validates the text for correct email address, and you must use @ and in the field. So without using correct email, there is an error if you just give wrong email ID. So email field is new in HTML. That is the syntax. Start from form. Form is a container tag, and first of all, label should be mentioned, as we discussed it already in our last lecture. So label, first of all, form is email, and form is whatever we write just after that the for. It is the same as that of the ID in input, and label is email :sign, and then label is a container tag. So we just use a clause tag here, and then input. To create an email field, you just use input and give a parameter type is equal to email. And as I told you earlier, that ID is same as that of the for, which is email in that case, and we take another parameter or argument name, which is used. Actually it is optional, but we used if we want to send the data to the server, so name parameter is used, and name is equal to email in that case. So input is closed here. After that, line break statement, and then form is closed. So simple thing is that to use email as a email in your form, you must write input type is equal to email. Rest all things are, I think, same as that of the previous one. You must write label, for, and ID, name. These are all of the parameters. So if we will not enter the correct email, it will display error. So it will display error if we don't enter the correct email. It is already discussed. So let us execute the program and let us see. Main thing is, within input element, just type is equal to email. Okay, and whatever we write just after the for in label tag, that is same as that of the id attribute of email. So let us try to execute this program. This is a program already here. P notepad file is here, and program will start from HTML because HTML is a root tag. So you can write a program here, save the program, and after that save as program with the same name, and in that case you are able to find out the solution only. So save as, save the program, and then after save as, perform the save as operation. Okay, just clear all these windows, go to file, save as option, a duplicate file name is there already, so delete it first. Save, write a program, then after perform save as operation, so go to save as and give the same name as that of the file name, text file name, which is p in this case. So just write p.html and go to all file sections, p.html, and location is same, as you can see it is desktop. Now double click on that output. You can easily see the output. Double click on the browser file of p, named p. You can see the output. This is our program here. We just write it on a notepad file. Email box is there after the execution of that program. Next is radio button control. What is the use of radio button control? The radio button is used to select one option from multiple options. If you want to select only one option from multiple options, as in the case of multiple choice questions, for that purpose you can use a radio button control. So it is used for quiz, or where we have to declare, if we have to declare the gender, maybe a male or female. So in both of them it's not possible at all. So in that case we have to select only one option. For that purpose we use radio button control. And if you use the one name of all the radio buttons, only one radio button can be selected at a time. That is a very important point. If you use one name for all the radio buttons, then only one radio button can be selected at a time. And using radio button for multiple options, you can choose a single option at a time. That is the program related to radio button, and there is a single change when we compare it to the previous one, and that is input type is equal to radio. Okay, rest all things are almost same. Program always start from form and then label. Label is declared as for is equal to gender, name of the label is gender, and then input type is equal to radio. ID is same as that of the given in label for, which is gender, and name is gender. Name is a optional parameter which we give if we want to send this information to the server. So that is the radio button. The basic thing behind the radio button is that if we want to select only one option among multiple options, then we use radio button for that purpose. So that is our program here. You can see here, and another parameter which is used in case of radio button, that is value. So we must write the value for a radio button, and If you want to make a radio button to select a gender, we give two values. One is male and another is female. So we actually write two input button here for that purpose. First one is for male and second one radio button for female. You can easily see on the screen. And type is equal to radio must be mentioned. Without this you are not able to create a radio button. And label is gender here. And so in this case two radio buttons and we have to select only one of them, whether male or female, and all the coding is written within the form tag. Value is equal to male of. So two input radio button are there and label is gender in this case. So let us try to execute this program. And let us see what is the output. Output is a form contain radio button, one for male and one for female, and label is declared as a gender, and only one option is to be selected because we use radio button. In this case type is equal to radio is declared. And different part of the program are colored with different color to differentiate these parts from each other. You can see that type is equal to radio marked in a green color. So now it's time to execute the program. Just write this program in that part form. So just replace it. Program is already created here. So just save the program, refresh the web page. You can easily see the output. This is the output. Just replace the previous output that belongs to the email. So it is due to radio button we use type is equal to radio in this case. Now I think the concept is quite clear to all of you. Simple to implement. Okay, that is a program, and program always start from HTML, then after head title all these things are there, all these types of tags are there. And regarding to form, all tags are written regarding to form within the form tag. Our next topic is checkbox control. It is similar to the radio button, but there is a difference between a checkbox and a radio button. First of all, checkbox control is used to check multiple options from given checkboxes. So in checkbox you can select one or more options, but in radio button you have to select only one option among multiple options. So that is a basic difference between checkbox and radio button. And second thing is representation of checkbox is little bit different as compared to the radio button. That is the part of the programming in which we just create a checkbox, different checkbox. That's why program is looks like a big as compared to the previous one. Different checkbox, one for cricket, one for football, and one for hockey. Actually we select a checkbox related to hobbies. So hobbies of a person belongs to a game, and that may be a cricket, that may be football, or it may be a hockey. So for that purpose, you just write type is equal to checkbox within the input tag. That is compulsory. Type is equal to checkbox. And then ID is given as a cricket. So ID is same as that of the for. You can easily see that in label for is equal to cricket, which is same as that of the ID cricket. And then just after second checkbox, which belongs to football, and third checkbox belongs to hockey. So three different checkboxes are there. And as I told you earlier that name parameter is optional, and if you don't use name parameter within input tag, then you are not able to send the information to the server. And value is cricket. Value parameter is used with the radio button, and it is also used with checkbox. Now you can easily see that there are three different parts of this program, or input label, combination of input label, three different combination of input label here, which shows three different checkbox. One checkbox for cricket, second for football, and third for hockey. Or remember one thing, always write type is equal to checkbox in case of checkbox. And program always start from form tag, so all the coding is written within the form tag. Hobby is the name of the form. So let us try to execute this program and see what happens. Program is written already here, so just replace the program, save the program. We have executable file also, so just refresh the web page. This is our program, start from HTML and ends also with HTML. Save the program. Refresh the web page. You can easily see that now. You are able to see the output. Three different checkboxes are here, and you can select one or more than one items at the same time. So that is a key feature of checkbox. Because hobby, you may like cricket, you may like football, or you may like hockey, or you may like all of them. So that is also a possibility. For that purpose, you must use checkbox. It is not like that a radio button in which only one option can be selected at a one time. So you are able to select more than one option at the same time in using checkbox. And you can easily see that three different checkboxes are created here. And there is a important point, these are similar to the radio button except it can choose multiple options at a time, and radio button can select one button at a time. That is the main point. You can select more than one option at a time using checkbox, but you can select only one option at a time using radio button. So that is the difference between a radio button and a checkbox. Next is submit button. After just fulfill the form, you must submit that form to the server. For that purpose, there is a button named submit, and the syntax is very simple. You can easily see on the screen. For that purpose, you must write input type is equal to submit, and value is equal to submit, of course. So what is the use of submit button? HTML input type submit are used to add a submit button on web page. After you can easily submit your data to the server, and when you click on the submit button, the form get to the submit to the server, of course. And that is the syntax. Input type is equal to submit, and value is also equal to submit. Value should be given in that case, and the type submit is specified that it is a submit button, and the value attribute can be anything which we write on button on web page. And the value attribute can be anything which we write on button on web page. So the value is given here as submit. Because we have to submit the form here, so value is equal to submit is given here. You can write other value also, but it is not relevant, so just write value is equal to submit. So that is a simple syntax for submit button. Just write input and then type submit to create a submit button. Now that is a program to show the role of submit button. So first of all, we must create some fields. After that only we can submit the form. So text is already discussed in our previous video. So first of all, type is equal to text, and second, type is equal to password. Two controls are there, two types of controls are there, and at last we give a submit button by using input type is equal to submit and value is equal to submit, of course, in that case. So after that you can easily see that form tag is closed here. So all things are written within the form tag. There are two controls in it. Basically, first of all, type is equal to text, after that type is equal to password, and at last we use type is equal to submit to create a submit button. So that is a small program to show the functionality of a submit button. And first control is related to a text. So first message that is to be shown on the screen is enter name, and we have to enter the name. And then after, second message is related to password. So there is a password box here, shows the message enter password, in which you can enter your password. Password is not visible, as you know that using when you just use type just write input type is equal to password. So there is a creation of password box, and password is not visible in that case. That is a key feature of the password. And after that, submit button will be there to submit the form. So a small program is here to show the functionality. Let us try to execute this program. We have a program first, so just write, this is the body of the HTML program. So just write the main content inside the form here. Just save the program. You have already the executable file, so just refresh the web page. You can easily see the output. So this will create a form, a simple form with submit button. Okay, you can easily see here. So enter your name. You can write a name here and enter a password. You can easily see that. Just write the password, and then after you can click on this submit button. It asks for to save the password or not. So successfully executed. You can easily see on the screen. So that is a simple form which contain only two fields and with submit button. First is a text box, second is a password box, and after that a submit button. This shows how to submit a form. Our next topic is HTML field set element. So the field set element in HTML is used to group the related information of a form. And this element is used with legend element. This element is used with the legend element which provide caption for the grouped element. So it always used with legend element. Okay. So there is a small program to show the functionality of field set element. And always remember that field set is always used with legend element. So two important things are here. First of all, field set element in HTML is used to group the related information of a form, and second form it is always used with legend element. Now there is a small example to show the functionality of field set. So program always start from the form and ends with the form. You can easily see on the screen. After that field set, and within the field set you must declare legend as a caption, and the legend you can easily see here. Legend is user information, and within that you can easily see on the screen text field is there, password field is there, and the submit button is there. Means the same program as the previous one, but with field set element. This is same as that of the previous one, but with field set element here. And field set is always used with legend. Always remember that. Here one mistake is there, as you can see in the last line. Form tag is not properly closed, so it must be closed properly. So let us try to execute this program and see what is the output and how output is different as that of the previous one. Because in this you can easily see that the blue part is same as that of the previous program, but we just use field set when we compare with the previous program. So let us try to execute this program. Okay, save the program, execute the program. You can easily see that all the information are in a box. And last is lt.form is here because we don't write less than sign, arrow sign in form. So just use proper arrow sign, which is a symbol of a tag. So just write arrow in place of lt semicolon. Now save the program and execute the program again. You can see the difference. that is the output. So that is a form again, but all the fields of a form are in a box. This is due to field set attribute, and the name of this field set is user information, which is given in legend. So that is all about today's lecture. Thanks for watching this video.